So, what if you could pack up your entire maker business and take it on the road anywhere? That's the idea behind xTool's new pop up factory concept. And it's this little guy right here, this xTool F2. It's the first step in that direction. Now, instead of being tied down to a big laser setup or a dedicated workspace, xTool wants makers like us to be able to create literally anywhere. Craft markets, trade shows, client offices, even your kitchen table. You should be able to be productive wherever inspiration or opportunity hits you. Now, when you hear the term pop-up factory, it might sound like good marketing, but the idea is actually pretty smart. This is really about mobility. It's about being able to create products and make sales and fulfill orders without the overhead of a full shop. And that's something that's becoming really important for small businesses and side hustlers. Flexibility, speed, and much lower costs, those are all very important things. So in this video, we're going to test exactly how far we can push this pop-up factory idea. I'm going to show you the new xTool F2 and how it works, as well as the portable fume extractor that goes with it. And then I'm going to make a project with xTool's new AIMAKE software. And we'll see if this pop-up factory is just a buzzword or if it's the start of a whole new way of making money as a small creator. So let's get going. All right, let's talk about what makes the xTool F2 laser such a good fit for this whole pop-up factory idea. At first glance, it honestly doesn't look like much. It's small, clean, super minimal, but that's kind of the point xTool is trying to make here. This is a dual laser system, which means you've got both a 15-watt blue diode laser for wood, acrylic, and leather, and a 5-watt infrared laser for things like metals and plastics. And it's all packed into one well-contained box. So there's no laser modules to change. You just select the material you're using in xTool Studio, choose the laser you want to use on it, and everything after that's pretty much automatic. You can even run jobs where both lasers are used within the project without having to reset anything in between. The autofocus system is completely automatic too, and to use it, you just drop your material on the workspace, hit the focus operation, and the F2 takes care of it. And there's also a sliding cover with a safety sensor to keep stray light contained, so you don't need a big enclosure like most lasers. And when the lid is closed, you can safely use this around other people, which is important if you're maybe at a customer site, for example. Now, on the back of the laser, you've got a single power cable, a simple vent port if you want to use the extra fume extractor, and a USB connection to control it. And of course, the usual xTool safety key is there as well. Now, on the left side of the laser, you have an emergency stop switch, and on the right side, there's the focus knob and a switch to control framing for jobs, which is a nice touch. Below those are a couple more USB connectors. One of those is to connect to your computer, but the F2 also supports Wi-Fi connection. Now, even though this laser is extremely portable, it's definitely not a toy. It can impressively engrave stainless steel, anodized aluminum, and other metals with surprisingly sharp results. Now, this whole setup weighs just over 10 pounds, which means you can easily throw this in a backpack or a case and literally take it and use it anywhere you've got a power outlet. This is the first laser I've tested that really feels like it's built for mobility from the ground up. It's not just smaller, but it's actually designed to move around. And that's one of the things that makes it a perfect fit for a pop-up factory. Now, the F2 laser is impressive, but it's only one part of the equation. But what really ties this whole pop-up factory idea together is xTool's new AIMAKE tool. Now, if you haven't seen this, it's part of xTool's AI design service called Atom, which is available both integrated into xTool Studio or as an online service. The idea is pretty simple here. You tell it what you want to make, and it goes off and creates a usable project file in seconds. So let's try it with a real example. And let's say I put my F2 and my fume extractor and my laptop in my car along with a handful of materials, and I go see a customer. Her name's Wanda. She runs a candle store, makes custom candles, and she wants some keychains. So I bring all my stuff into her shop and I say, hey, look, I can set up a factory right here and I can show you what these keychains will look like, and I can make you 20 of them while you wait. So she says, sure, but she needs a logo. So I pop into Atom and I type in, hey, create me a keychain logo for Wicked Wanda's candlery. And I want it to be in a style where the shape is somehow worked into the words. So I'll pick this style and I just run the query, and in seconds, 10, 15 seconds, I get a result. And this isn't one I would use in production, but it'll work for this example. Now it's too big initially, the workspace, so I'm going to trim it down here, and I can do all of this inside AIMAKE and Atom. So I'll just crop it, and when I'm happy with the crop, I can just click that button in the upper right corner, and I can bring it right into xTool Studio. It's now on the workspace, so all I have to do is focus and set the material thickness, drop the material on there, and you can see how it's going to look. And it's really kind of that simple. So at this point, I can just shoot it over to the laser and have it make one of these keychains. Now over on the F2, I'll show you a bit of the engraving here in real time. I won't show you the whole thing, but it did take 32 seconds to create this, so it was really quick. And if you're making 50 of these, you're looking at maybe 20 minutes to make all of this happen. Now, I would create a jig if I was going to do these kinds of things, but you can see the result looks fantastic. And there it is. Clean lines, great contrast, just ready for Wanda to distribute to her customers. And that took maybe 5 minutes from start of design to finish of the first keychain. And the idea is perfect for pop-up setups like this, where you're creating custom items on demand. Now, imagine being at a craft market and someone walks up and says, hey, can you do some personalized tag for me, a nameplate or a business card? And you literally design it and hit go and hand it to that user before they even finish their cup of coffee. That's the power of AI-driven design and a truly portable laser like the F2. It turns creativity into something instant and profitable almost anywhere. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second, because this is where the pop-up factory notion really gets interesting. The xTool F2 and its portable fume extractor aren't just convenient tools. In conjunction with a laptop, they represent a complete mobile business setup. Think about it. You could set this up at a craft market, a wedding event, or even a corporate booth and start creating personalized products right there in front of people. The best part is you're not guessing what'll sell and what won't sell. You're engraving on demand. Someone walks up, gives you a name or a design idea, and 5 minutes later, you're handing them a finished product. That's instant value, instant cash, and zero leftover inventory. This lets you bring the experience of making to your customers, and that's what people are going to remember. It's not just about selling a product, you're showing them the craft behind it, and that's a connection that drives repeat sales and word of mouth growth. This is, I think, what xTool really means when they talk about the pop-up factory. All right, so here's my takeaway after spending some time working with the xTool F2. This isn't just another portable laser. What xTool's doing with this whole pop-up factory theme is it's pushing the idea that you don't need a giant laser in a full workshop or even a dedicated space just to start creating and selling products. The F2 gives you the precision and power that you can carry anywhere. The portable fume extractor makes your operation clean and safe no matter where you're running this. And tools like AIMAKE remove the biggest barrier that a lot of people suffer from, me included, which is design. You can literally go from an idea to income in minutes by bringing your shop directly to customers, and that really changes the game. You can experiment faster, sell faster, build your business wherever your customers are, and that's just not in your workshop. The xTool F2 is just the first piece of xTool's pop-up factory puzzle, and if this is any indication of where things are headed, we're going to see a lot more makers building businesses that are on the move. So if you're interested in the setup that I used in this video, I will leave an affiliate link in the description down below. And answer this: how do you feel about this pop-up factory idea? Drop a comment down below and tell me where you'd set up your own pop-up factory, and I'd just love to hear the ideas. And with that, I'll wind down. I'll say get out there, make your world, and I'll see you next time.